last video that I made in this spot was gonna be my last one. You know, it's been quite some time since you know, talked in front of the camera. Felt the need to record. I've been a little bit better with my sleep schedule, sleeping at a more respectable time. Obviously not tonight, but man, last night, I guess technically now, yesterday, I was, reminiscing a little bit. It was hitting me a little bit more than it usually has in the past few nights, and I was scrolling through our old text messages, and don't ask me how, why, but I blocked her number, and I clicked on the little her phone number, and it started ringing, and I was freaking out, and the call went through. Could see it in my outgoing call log. I hung up straight away, and I felt super embarrassed that happened, and she's probably like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" So, but then, I started looking through old photos, videos of her, and it got me thinking, got me missing usually a lot more than it usually has in the past, and I just couldn't help myself, and I know it's really bad, and it's stopping the healing process, but in the honest truth, I still miss her. I still love her. I still want her back. And I've tried to keep reminding myself that she's made her decision. She's chosen distance, and I don't know why my heart keeps running back to her, wanting her, yearning for her. But it does, and it sucks. And to make it even worse, I did a bad thing. My last little video, I mentioned that I saw her. She made a profile on Hinge that same night that I sent flowers, and that got me spiraling. And I since then I deleted Hinge because I didn't want any of that noise. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to see it. And I don't know why I keep holding on to this idea of hope that things are gonna change. She's gonna change. She's gonna come back around. And that's just not healthy, and it's not the way I need to live my life. And what I did just before, I made a profile on Hinge, and I wanted just to check if she was still on it. And it didn't take very long for me to find her still there, active today as well. So actively using it, which was like another shot to the heart, you could say. And I don't know why, like, all these signs are here, that she's chosen distance, she's chosen that she's moved on, still actively using Hinge, actively not wanting to reach out, not reaching out when I sent flowers. We're just coming up, this Saturday be the 2-month mark as well, so I don't know why I just can't move on, and it's super frustrating. And I know it's not good for me to compare my timeline my timeline to hers in our healing journey, but it just really hurts to see that she's moved on. Um, I already know I had to reschedule my therapy session to tomorrow because after seeing that bullshit, I needed to talk to someone, and I know my therapist is gonna be disappointed in me. I know for sure. She told me a lot of things I can practice, a lot of self-soothing stuff, and I did listen. I let my emotions get the better of me once again. So still journaling every day, and you know, I'm disappointed and embarrassed in myself that I called her, meant to be no contact, and I did that, and then just checking that she's still on Hinge, and you know, she can do whatever she likes. She's her own person now. It just stings, man. Just really, really fucking stings. My mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health takes priority number one at the moment. And it just hurts to see that she's still on it. And I know it's self-harm. Checking up on her, it does me no good. Gives me nothing, does nothing for me at all. And I just don't understand why I can't move on. Like, she's giving me no reason to hold on to hope. I don't know why I keep reading that letter she wrote me, because that obviously means nothing now. Like, everything she said doesn't mean anything to her at the moment. It's hard to let go of someone you love so much and gave your heart to. And I try to like tell myself and remind myself that I tried everything I could. I begged for her, sent her flowers. I did everything that was true to myself. I would be living with regret, and it wouldn't be who I am as a person if I didn't try, if I didn't beg, if I didn't send flowers. That wouldn't have felt authentic to myself. That's that person I am, and I'm glad I tried. But at this point, it gets to a point where I need to move on. Like, I tell myself constantly, she refollowed the guy you had a problem with. Like, that should be that, right? Like, and then you sent flowers, she called you but hung up straight away. And then that same night, within a few hours span, made a dating profile, didn't reach out to you at all, like to follow up. And I need to tell myself that all those actions from her, and she's chosen distance, she's chosen to move on, and she's moved on. Now, I think, what is it, 2 weeks since I sent flowers now. And she's still actively dating, and that's completely, that's her decision, and I have to respect it. My therapist tells me that I need to give my energy to the things that I can control, and only the things I can control. I keep giving my energy to things out of my control, and the things out of my control are her decisions, her actions, I keep being fixated on what she's doing, checking up on her. And it doesn't matter how many times someone rejects me, I just can't say no. Like, what? Why am I like a sucker for punishment, I guess? Like, do I like hurting myself? No. Do I like being hurt? Obviously not. But I still continue to do it, and it's tough. I just miss her a lot. Still grieving. Seeing her still there, just maybe it feels like, we've had different ideas of the relationship and what it meant to us. And as I mentioned at the start, like I can't compare our healing journeys side by side, because that's not fair. Everyone's different. It affects people in other ways. I just want to move on, be able to move on. Like I still very much cherish the moments we had together. Rewatching videos, looking at old photos. And what makes it worse is she uses the photos that I took or were taken when we were together, and she's using it on her profile, which stings. I'm not gonna lie, that fucking hurts. But she still looks so good, seeing that she's moved on already, and I'm still here, just still grieving, still thinking about her. But it's a tough pill to swallow, and I just keeps me up at night. Haven't had, I guess, good night's sleep in a while. It's like when I go to sleep, I'm still thinking about her, dreaming about her. She pops up in my dreams. And I don't know why, I just keep holding on to this hope that's never gonna materialize, and this hope that she hasn't really given me at all. There's been nothing, no breadcrumbing, no sign from the universe to suggest that she's thinking about me, she's coming back anytime soon. In saying all that, I am grateful for the time we had. Like, I don't regret anything about our relationship. Obviously, I wish I handled situations differently, and I guess I could take that back and redo them, because I have a lot of flaws in myself that I need to work on, and I am working on them. Recording this seems, very contradicting from what I've just said, but I know deep down in myself I am putting in the work. I am healing. The process is working. Downloading Hinge again, just to see her profile, see if she was on it, and then actually seeing it. It was a test for me to see that if I've healed, if I'm ready, if I've moved on, and I failed every single test that I made for myself. I'm clearly still grieving it, hurting, and I can't bear the thought of her with someone else at the moment. So I still need to take a step back, take time to properly sit with these feelings, process them, And you know, I sometimes don't really like when people tell me time will fix all, time will heal, it just takes time. And although it's true, it's very much true, everything gets better with time. I also tell myself that, but telling that to someone who's grieving a great loss is kind of like the worst thing to last thing we want to hear or they want to hear, because you know it's really difficult to think ahead when you're in fight or flight mode. Like, how am I able to think then, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, or even a month from now, let alone a week? I'm just trying to make it to the day, to be honest. That's just my mentality at the moment. And you know, all the self-help videos I watch, podcasts I listen to, I learned that it's okay to slow down. And it's like gotten to the point where I'm sick of talking about it with my friends or other people. Sick and tired of talking about it with family. Sick and tired of it just affecting me, honestly. So that's why I pay a therapist to listen to me yap for an hour. I swear that hour goes so quick though, I swear. I'm like, God damn, how has it already been 50 minutes? This month, it's going to be a very emotional month. It's her birthday this month, and off to a terrible start. Lord knows what I'm going to be thinking on that day. What's going to be running through my head. I just know I'm going to stay grounded, put energy towards what things I can control, and what I can control are my emotions. So I'm going to try my best to control what's within my power and let things fall into place. It's good to document this for me on this journey of mine. Like, am I a bit narcissistic that I'm a fan of my own work? Maybe, sue me. But I actually quite often rewatch some of the earlier videos that I've made in the past, just to see where my head was at then, my state of mind then, and to compare it to how I am when I'm right now in my present. I can see there's truly is progress being made, and I am going to continue this when I feel the need to, record and talk to the camera when something, I guess, significant happens. But yeah, just I don't know why I can't let go. I need to let go. She's given me absolutely no reason to hold on to any hope. And, when I sent flowers and got no response, that should have been all the confirmation needed. But my dumb ass likes to, play with fire and look at her profile again and to see that she's active today. It hurts to see that she's still there. Same photos and all. Still looking good. It just hurts.